The Wendy Williams show is over. Demi Mercury and I have decided it's over. I'm done. I could do anything I want to do or nothing at all. What I want to do is podcast, and I want to have a restaurant.
Are we already in the new chapter of the fiasco between Wendy Williams and Kevin Hunter? Some might get tired because Kevin seems to be so eager to always involve Wendy in his issues. But don't we all love the drama? You might have heard that Kevin is no longer receiving even a single penny from Wendy. But the dude is relentless and is not happy about this turn of events. That is why he hired new high-value lawyers to defend his recent case that he filed against Wendy. He was claiming that Wendy breached their settlement agreement. He is really out here extorting as much money as he can from Wendy. He is even willing to spend his remaining financial resources on new lawyers. We're all seeing how determined he is to get his alimony pay. As far as celebrity couples' divorce could go, this one is one of the most messy that I've ever talked about. To say that Kevin has a lot of confidence to ask for money from Wendy is an understatement. Come on, he has the nerve to do that even though he was the one who wrecked their marriage by cheating on her for years and then impregnating her mistress? Who would not be outraged by that? If Wendy has got some tea about other people, then she sure has something to say about Kevin's effort to actually pursue this case further, even though he's also aware of the limitations of their agreement.
Almost 22 years. We were together for 25 years. I don't regret the day of meeting him. I don't regret putting up with him for all 25 years. And that has nothing to do with him having this baby or him having this side girl for almost 15 years of our marriage. I've known about her almost since the beginning.
Kevin is not even ashamed to mention Wendy in his recent interviews and how he is behind her success. Wendy's fans, of course, did not like it. He had already used Wendy for her money before, even when they were still together, and here he is claiming that the success of the Wendy Williams show is because of him? He must surely be out of his mind. Some of you might be wondering why people are so against Kevin receiving alimony pay from Wendy, so let's do a little backstory. Wendy was already pretty established when Kevin Hunter entered the picture. People already felt like he was just in it for Wendy's money. Wendy, on the other hand, had stayed with this guy and was married to him for decades.
I don't recommend that you work with your husband because I made him my manager, and then when I decided to divorce him, he had to be fired.
Even though she was aware that he was having an affair, she did not talk about it. Not until she discovered that Sharina, Kevin's mistress, was already pregnant. While Kevin was still married to Wendy, he was already having an affair with Sharina. Sharina was not even the first girl he cheated on with, but theirs is the one that lasted. Anyway, Kevin was spoiling Sharina with Wendy's money. This was all revealed by Wendy when she filed for a divorce already. She talked about knowing about the cheating, and rumor has it that Wendy even hired a private investigator to uncover the truth about Kevin and Sharina's child. Imagine the pain that she must have gone through. Also, can we talk about how Kevin bought Sharina a house using Wendy's money? It was later revealed that this house Kevin bought was only a few miles away from where he and Wendy lived together. But before we talk more about this, if you love Wendy Williams and want to see more updates about her and her life, then make sure that you subscribe to our channel. Going back to our video, so the house is just one thing, but Kevin really did as he pleased because he once again used Wendy's money to invest in Sharina's businesses. You must be thinking that they already got so much money from Wendy to have their own business and make it grow. They should have another source of income right now, right? But all those businesses that Sharina started failed and did not give her the success she was aiming for. So they're both out here pressuring Wendy to continue paying Kevin alimony. Do not even get me started by saying that Kevin must be given the severance pay if it is part of their agreement. Like what I mentioned earlier, there are some limitations to their agreement. According to their signed document, if Wendy's contract with her show was cancelled, Kevin agreed that the severance pay could be modified or stopped altogether. By the looks of it, he's forgetting about this clause. When he started demanding the alimony pay from Wendy, Wendy's attorney was quick to make an explanation. Since Wendy had been going through a lot, she is not in her best state both physically and mentally. Because of this, she has to get better, knowing that her health is at risk. She had been absent from the filming of her show for quite a long time, and because of this, the show eventually got cancelled and her time slot was given to a new host. Now that her show is no longer running, her attorney explained that Wendy is no longer receiving compensation from the show and she has not been working ever since. Additionally, she's not in any other TV show that pays her the same amount. That being said, she has the right to not give Kevin the alimony he kept on forcing Wendy to give him. According to his statement, he will soon face foreclosure of their home if Wendy kept on doing this. He also talked about not having enough money to even pay for car insurance. Moreover, he said that he was behind on most of his bills because he got no money for these things. He might not say it directly, but he's obviously going broke because he is completely reliant on Wendy's money to pay for his bills and expenses and support his family at the same time. This man has no honor left in him. Imagine you're asking your ex-wife to give you money just so you could support your new little family? Instead of finding a job, which he should have done long time ago, he is really spending all his energy and time to pressure Wendy into giving him alimony. People have also pointed this out before, that he should just find a decent job and stop involving Wendy in his life because they have been divorced for quite a while already. Another thing that people notice about Kevin is whenever he is making public statements, he would often mention Wendy or talk about her. He no longer has the rights to do so. Wendy must have been tired of all his antiques and realized that she no longer has to support his little family with her hard-earned money. The thing about Kevin though is that he always thinks that he should always have access to Wendy's money. When do you think Wendy would release her podcast? Are you guys excited? I would love to know, so comment your thoughts down below. Okay, apparently Wendy is becoming better, but she's still recovering. She had been vocal about her alcoholism before, even when she was still together with Kevin. She was actually undergoing rehab when she had a relapse because she found out that Sharina was pregnant. During the time that she's recovering from this, Kevin even had the audacity to do a live video on Instagram. What he said on this live made a lot of people furious because he took this chance to give himself credit for the success of Wendy's show. He even mentioned that his mistress also played a part in this success. On one of his recent interviews for a podcast, he referred to himself as the king behind the purple chair of power. This purple chair that he was talking about is the famous chair of the Wendy Williams show. So he still believes that Wendy should thank him for her success. He must really want some attention, huh? We don't really know what Wendy's reaction is right now, but she must be laughing at how pathetic Kevin is for pushing the case and believing that Wendy would still give in and give him what he wants. He must be used to controlling her before, that's why. One source had talked about how Kevin is controlling Wendy when they were still married. The source claimed that Wendy is barely having communication with her family because Kevin was insecure. He was just probably afraid that Wendy would stop letting him spend her own money. While Wendy is recovering, she also has to deal with her bank because Wells Fargo is not giving her access to her own money at the moment. According to the bank, they have grounds to believe that Wendy is not of sound mind to make financial decisions. This must have also been one of the reasons why Wendy is no longer giving Kevin alimony pay. That, or she just saw an opportunity to not give Kevin the satisfaction of leeching off of her. They have been doing this for more than 10 years already, and they might have gotten used to it, but Wendy is no longer giving them even a cent. They should now start becoming responsible and bear the consequences of what they did to Wendy. No matter who Kevin's lawyers are, it would not change the fact that he also signed the document agreeing to the possible changes in the severance pay. If he plans on dragging this case longer, then he should prepare to have more money to spend and retain his lawyers because Wendy would surely have enough and more to fight off this mess. Knowing that they're about to go broke, Sharina is not keeping quiet and is even throwing some shade on Wendy through her Instagram account. This pair is unbelievable, I know. Wendy supporters are looking forward to Wendy's podcast. Right now, we do not exactly know if she already recorded for this, but I guess we will soon find out since sources said that she's already feeling better. Some of you might recall that Wendy is suffering from Graves' disease and substance abuse. Hopefully, she gets back on track right away to hear what she has to say about this traitor ex-husband and the act he's pulling off right now. Kevin must have learned already because the more issues he's creating, the more people are just getting angry at him. I would say they should already find another source of income to support Sharina's lifestyle because we will never know. Maybe she would leave him if he can no longer support her and her needs. One thing's for sure though, Wendy would no longer fall for his tricks and would leverage this opportunity that she saw. I mean, it could be possible that Wendy had this planned out all along, but why does she have to wait for that long to stop giving Kevin severance pay? Whether the odds are in her favor or she's just too smart in playing this game, it would not change the fact that karma is already catching up on Kevin no matter how hard he tries to avoid it. Let's see how this situation will play out because many of us are already waiting for Wendy's statements. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to check out these videos.